Morning guys, how we doing? It's Wednesday morning and the weather is good. So I thought I'd do a video today on sleep because it's a thing that a lot of people put to the side and just take for granted. But sleep is as important as your nutrition and your exercise side of everything. Depriving yourself of sleep has a massive impact on a lot of areas in your life. It can affect your mental and psychological state. It will affect your cardiovascular, so your fitness. It also affects your metabolism, so it will slow your metabolism down, therefore not burning enough calories. It affects the levels of info the brain can process. So by not having enough sleep, if you're learning on a course, or you're in school, or you're on a training course with work, the information that's being given to you, the brain cannot process it. And it also heightens your emotional responses to things. So you'll get upset over the littlest thing, or you'll get angry over something that doesn't really need it. So all these are affected by your sleep. During sleep, what the brain does, it prioritizes, files, and sorts out everything that you've taken throughout that day. So it's the brain's chance to shut down, sort it out, ready for the next day. By not having enough sleep, okay, your mental function will decrease twice as fast as your physical function. Therefore, you may feel physically fit, however, mentally, you will not be able to process things. You'll struggle to retain information. You'll struggle to make effective decisions. You'll struggle to deal with situations better. So although you feel okay in yourself, your mental function up here with sleep deprivation decreases twice as fast as your physical functions. So you'll feel it more mentally before you'll feel it more physically. And this is where you need to tap into yourself, which is something that we'll come on to. So minimum levels of sleep, you'll get fatigued more, all right? That's why it'll affect your cardiovascular state, your fitness. Your moods will drop, all right? Like I said, you'll get upset over the littlest thing, or you'll blow up over a littlest thing. And again, it's poor mental state. You're not going to be able to deal with situations properly, and you're not going to be able to process things. It also affects your metabolism, like I said before. Your metabolism can drop up to 30 to 40% with sleep deprivation. It's hard saying that, which means it slows down. So your metabolism is quite like, how can we put it? I always describe it as a burning fire. So if you've got a log burner and you put logs on it, what happens? The flames get higher, get hotter, i.e. you're burning more calories. However, if your metabolism's low, or we're not putting anything on that fire, it doesn't burn as many calories. So by decreasing your metabolism by 30 to 40%, you're risking the chance of putting weight on and not getting the calorie expenditure that you normally do on a full night's sleep. It also it increases your levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone that the body releases. Now, that can cause extra weight that goes around the middle, so your spare tire, as people call it. But it also interferes with tissue repair and recovery, okay? So the more cortisone you have in your body, the longer you're going to recover after your workouts, okay? So in theory, you're training on a tired body, you're not getting enough sleep, which is making you even more tired. You're then going to train again, which will decrease your energy. So any injuries or any muscle damages that we do while we're training, it's going to be longer. Therefore, you're putting up your risk of more injuries, basically. So, levels of cortisone will increase. Sorry, mind went off then. Your cardio performance as well. So for all you sports people out there, so runners, footballers, anything like that, your cardio performance can drop up to 11%. That's massive. That is massive if you're doing sport. Sleep is really important, and it's good to have a routine. How many hours sleep you need depends on yourself. You'll hear, 6 to 8, 8 to 12, 8 to 9, whatever. You just need to experiment for a couple of weeks to see how your body reacts. And what I'd say is do a sleep diary, okay? That means writing down the time you went to sleep, okay? What you did an hour before you went to sleep. So dictate everything. Did you make a cup of tea? Did you watch telly up until you went? How did you feel? Then you write what time you woke up, how you felt when you woke up, did you feel refreshed, were you still tired, etc, etc. And then write how you felt throughout the day. So, you know, you may feel okay up until about 11 o'clock and then you dropped. Why did you drop? Well, I had breakfast at this time. So what you want is as much information as possible. After you've done that for about 2 weeks, you can then look back and you can see what hours suit you best. And then you can start, it's all about tapping into yourself, tapping into your body. To achieve anything in your life, you need to understand you. And that is how your emotions are, how you sleep, how you react to nutrition. So by having a journal or by having a diary and recording everything, so feelings, what you eat, how you felt after certain food. So if you eat a certain food and half an hour after you get a headache or you get gut pain or something else, you know there's something wrong with that piece of food, or you know there's something wrong that the body doesn't like. It's the same as sleep. So have a sleep journal for about 2 to 3 weeks. You'll start to see a pattern. You'll start to see what your optimum sleep time is. Then if you really wanted to get into it, there's a few apps that if you type in what time you want to go to bed or what time you need to go up, it will give you a cycle of how many hours you need to go. But for now, I'd suggest just doing a sleep journal for about 2 to 3 weeks, just to see how your body reacts to certain amounts of sleep, how your body reacts to certain amounts of situations throughout the day. So if you've been sat in a meeting all day and then you try and go to sleep and it takes ages for you to go to sleep, then obviously there's something that you need to do throughout that day to do something. What I tend to do is get into a routine before bed. So there's again, it varies between people, but they say turn off the technology, so phones, TVs, radios, anything that's buzzing, up to 40 minutes before. Because what you need to do, you need to switch the body off. You need to calm the body down. You can read or listen to music, all right, just to turn turn the mind off. I tend to have a notebook on my bed because I struggle sometimes with my mind racing, okay, and I've got all these things going through my head, and I'll lay there and I'll try and switch off, and that just stimulates my head to go elsewhere. So I just tend to get a piece of paper or a cheap notebook, and everything that's going on up here, I'll just write it. And you'll look at it in the morning and go, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking? But what you're consciously doing is you're taking everything from here and putting it on a piece of paper. Some people say scrumple that piece of paper up and throw it away. That means that you're physically, emotionally tied in about throwing that stuff away. But yeah, clear the mind, write it all down, and then it's easier for you to forget about it then. Make sure that the temperature's right, the air, you know, I have to sleep with the window open because I get too stuffy at night. So make sure there's enough fresh air in there. Make sure it's dark because obviously light stimulates you. Make sure you're comfortable, all right? It may sound really funny, but finding the right pillow for yourself, finding the right mattress, finding the right duvet. Dave Brailsford, who was the Sky Team cycling, when they went away, they all took their own pillows with them, because he understood that they had to be comfortable and they had to get the right sleep. So although it sounds funny, find the right pillow that's comfortable for you. You will have that one, and just use that all the time. And if you go away, don't feel stupid about taking it, because your body gets into that habit, gets comfortable with that routine, gets comfortable with that pillow. So yeah, make sure you're comfortable. Empty your mind. If a hot drink helps to just calm yourself down, that's fine. Some people find having a hot bath beforehand. Some people find lavender works, so whether you have Joss stick lavenders or a lavender candle or a lavender infusion, just to calm it down. It's all about calming the mind, calming the body down, and give yourself at least half an hour, 40 minutes before your exact bedtime. So if you're going to bed, or you've set it that you need to go to sleep by 10 o'clock, you need to be in bed or you need to be calming down by 20 past 9. But by getting into a routine, the body then gets into a routine, and the body understands when it's calming itself down. So it may take, I'm being attacked here, it may take a while to get into that routine, but it's all about habit building, and that's what we're doing. We're building the right habits to achieve the successes that we want to do, and sleep is part of that success. I know I've rabbited. I hope it makes sense. As always, if you get stuck, you know where I am, lhcoaching7@gmail.com. Keep sharing the page, guys. We're nearly there at 100 likes. If we can get there today, perfect. If not, we will keep pushing. The more people we have in this community, the more success, the more ideas, the more inspiration we've got, guys. Enjoy your hump day. Hope the sun will come out very soon, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.